Which is the next match?
Oh, this one is good. We got Grimeboss and we got Tech, and it's supposed to be long, and it's on another map that's in our tournament pool called D's E-Ray by Freakling, which we showcased yesterday. And
The egg
we're-
map.
You're gonna say D's nuts whenever you start like that, man.
I call it the spore map because there's
The
spores
spore
on it. Yeah, Bato's familiar with it. Let's do it.
Oh, that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Tech is a solid Protoss player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's especially good in PvT, so I think they're both playing, I guess, in their best matchup. So
Okay,
But
Grindboss's best matchup is TVP, you mean?
yeah, so this should be fun.
And Tech is from what part of South America?
Tech is from Chile.
Ah, Chile. And
Chile,
Grindboss from
Chile.
Russia.
Chile. It's right in South America.
He's a
How
nice
long-
guy. I gotta pester people to set up show matches, and he's very polite, patient.
Bratva, is that the team? It's Bratva, I believe it's like brother or brotherhood in Russian.
Is that a team? Because I've seen him under the Eros clan name as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just caught my attention, Bratva. Okay, so this map has an expansion, an indoor expansion, right?
Yes.
In base, sorry.
You remember?
So this, yeah, I remember. I remember the Walt versus Sample series on this map. That it was actually very, very entertaining.
I like this map because it feels very spacious. There's a lot of room for battles, for movement.
Yeah, this is a good map to drop as well. More if you are in vertical locations. So maybe we can see a starport or river play. So, who do you think will win?
I know Grindboss really wants the money. I get a message from him almost every day, and I know
Oh,
he
really?
rubs some people the wrong way. Yeah, he always wants to play in a show match.
Well, we should get him to play some infested matches.
He has, and we showed it.
More.
I wouldn't.
More! Give
He-
me more!
He's the type of guy that you want to be careful with. You know, you don't want to feed the lion too much. But
Don't
yeah,
feed the bird.
he would be down to play nuclear silo, like whatever you throw at him. Grindboss has his name is Grindboss, so look at this.
Yeah.
He's attacking the spore. Now, what Tech doesn't know is that there are doodads underneath the spores. So by destroying this, it doesn't open up
It
space.
doesn't, yeah.
Oh, he should
But now will it
make his
open up?
homework.
Like, will it?
I don't know if it'll move anything. I don't think it will make a difference. I think they're the same size.
Neither one of them knows. He's at least got him to pull some SCVs and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if that influenced his strategy, because that would be a huge
He ended
mistake.
up dropping an extra. No, he's not. He's not even making a factory yet. He's making a CC. Holy shit!
And I guess Grindboss didn't know that there was a doodad under
No,
there.
so neither one of them.
And he made a supply depot, so that's a learning experience for them. It is kind of obvious underneath. You could see some sort of circle, but it goes
Yeah,
to
but you don't
show
think.
how kind of I don't want to use the word ignorant, but I mean these are the best players, and they can't really.
Ill-informed.
They don't understand these different map. What would you call it? Minerals, structures, details. We have a map maker with us who's gone AFK on me when I needed him.
I'd go AFK on you too. Actually, I do quite a bit. Sorry.
Oh, that's all good. I got Pato here.
No, you don't. Oh yeah, yeah.
Your best matchup is TVP, Pato.
I believe so.
I just guessed it. So,
So
I mean, I feel like Tech is
Yeah.
behind because
Grandma's
Grimeboss,
got a big lead.
right?
well, yeah, he has his expansion early, but I don't know if he's going to defend this supply depot. I don't like the
Bunker behind the depot is kind of.
Yeah,
What
He
rank is
didn't really have a
Grimeboss?
choice.
in some maps like Ring in Bloom, I saw Scan doing like a wall where he can put a bunker in front of the supply depots, just to avoid these kind of things.
These are both S rank players.
Yep,
So the
I know.
top players. Someone had just asked. And S rank, best of 5, show matches are $10.
$10. I can eat 2 weeks in Argentina with $10.
Really?
Yeah,
There's an economic crisis there at the moment.
Over here
Yeah.
in America,
Did,
it's like
did you ever watch Planet of the Apes?
Well, you know, I don't
Kind
want
of
to.
like what America's going through right now.
No, I was thinking more of Argentina.
It can be pretty bad in some developed countries. I'm far from financially stable to be able to sponsor show matches, but I don't give a fuck. And I have over $100,000 of debt, just in case anybody thinks I have a bunch of money.
I mean, isn't that student loans?
Damn.
Yeah, and other kind of loans. But big shout out to Russ Brain, a sponsor of the foreign community, who spent tens of thousands of dollars on events like BSL and Russian Cyber Games, and even our regular series. Here comes a drop from.
We love you, Russ Brain.
Yeah, we really do.
And wasn't
my
there
God.
going to be a drop?
There's a simultaneous drop.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because it's going
Run,
to.
bros, wrong way. Oh my god, how many tanks that feels like 6 probes. 11? Oh my god.
Is this game over for Grimeboss?
If he can hold the drop, I don't know. I don't know what's happening in his base. He doesn't have a way to defend this. He doesn't have a scan, right? So that's
He needs
kind
to
of
stop
bad.
that turret
Drop.
from being built.
Yeah, and he will.
Yeah, he has
So
a
this
10
is-
worker lead, but no.
Kind of balanced it out though.
Yeah. Why 2 armories and no academy? Why? Why?
So this has been really big for Grimeboss, or excuse me, Tech.
Why do you think he's targeting the armory?
Uh,
We're getting a +1.
It wasn't
yeah,
upgrading, I don't think, unless he canceled it.
Yeah, but I mean now he's lost 2 armories.
So this is good. It gave him a chance to make mines, at least one, but it's inside the. Oh,
Well, if
Oh my-
Grimeboss wouldn't have like killed 10 probes, this game will be over. This will be GG. But
There he goes. My strain was froze.
yeah. A science facility? What? So just like that, they are even now.
oh wow. You think so?
How-
They are same number,
they are.
but a lot of lost mining time though, eh? From that main.
Yep.
But you were right. The supply is almost.
Yeah. I
Same.
think they are even.
Oh.
And he lost his drop.
That was huge.
Yeah, he's pretty much. I wouldn't say done, but he's in a really bad position.
In my mind, because I know a little bit about Grimeboss, he's swearing in Russian, and very bad
Yeah.
words.
Suka bliat.
Very bad words.
Yeah. But he's right too, because if he would have stopped that drop, DT drop, properly, this game will be a GG.
Game 1 of Grimeboss vs. Tech on D's E-Ray by Freakling.
So sadly, this will be a macro game.
I'm not sad about that at all.
That's because you are Protoss and you know macro games.
I'm trying to get my money's worth, and I do enjoy watching games that are longer than 10 minutes. Here comes the drop. 2 Templars.
Oh, this will hurt a lot. This will hurt a lot. Bye bye, SCVs. See you in hell. Terrans should have a unit that can throw storms like that. That would be fair.
Terran got tanks. It solved everything.
But we don't. Tanks don't throw storms.
They do. In a different way.
They should. They should.
They do
But
85 damage, man, with +3. What more do you want?
The world.
Storms.
I know, Terran players want the world. Exactly it. Beautiful map details. These are blind sprites, I think. Oh. Grimeboss pushing out here, also taking the top right expansion. But Tech seems to have a good number of gateways and units.
Tech's a really strong player.
Well, I think that this game should be easy for Tech.
Nice.
Has some good storms going off there.
Oh,
Oh,
Great minds.
That was a wonderful battle. A lot of more probes. Supply difference
only
isn't huge.
yeah. The only thing that it's helping Grimeboss a lot is that hidden expansion over the top right of the map. But the pathing of the SCVs is kind of strange.
Gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
They're not finding their way.
well, you know, I go through the main base.
How come they
Yeah.
don't, through AI, know to go to the main base?
This game is really old, and they don't know that the minerals are there. Fuck them. They only see the terrain.
So Grimeboss has made it to the front base of Tech.
Yeah, but no turrets.
And
That makes me a sad panda. So is
I
there
also
going to
noticed
be
that
an
Tech makes a
arbiter?
lot of dragoons.
Yeah.
good.
Well, to be honest, Grimeboss is doing way much better than I would think of. So props to him. Still think that Tech is going to win, but
That was a nice drop. He did clean that
Yeah.
up. I didn't think he was going to. but these aren't bad exchanges for Grimeboss.
Not, but
Looks like Tech
is he
is
making an
able
arbiter? He's not
to
making
be
an
making
arbiter.
so many units soon.
No, but his
What?
macro is so good. I love Tech's macro as well.
Yeah, he macro is good.
I like how
Macro,
aggressive
okay.
Grimeboss plays, so this is kind of an interesting matchup.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, you hear that, folks? I'm right about something. Pato, it's so
have to-
embarrassing. I've watched over 150 games, and my knowledge is so bad. I can't even tell you one build.
And cool.
All you
That's
have to do is
that's
just
because
say
That's
one of
because
those,
you're Protoss.
buildings.
You don't learn things. You just repeat one below
And we have a bunch
the
of vultures gonna pick off these High Templars. Not really doing much, losing a bunch of vultures for free there basically. Did get one Templar that I saw.
Can't you build turrets? I don't know in this map, like in the middle.
It's probably not in very many places, just like probably in some places. You have to find them. Oh, nice storm drop. Taking out a number of SCVs. 22 SCVs to 53 probes. 105 supply to 124 or 23 supply in Tech's favor.
What are the
Macro.
upgrades?
Taken into play. Tech is getting his 4th base at 6 o'clock. Grimeboss might be looking to take his 4th base as well.
Grimeboss is looking pretty good. I like the siege tanks up there, but it can get dropped.
Yeah.
I would like to see more shuttles coming from Tech. He has a lot of minerals.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of gateways, though. I think he can break if he just keeps macroing. Yeah.
He needs shuttles. If he has like 2 shuttles, I think he can break this easily. If
Here
not,
we go.
But not enough zealots.
I think he's got units in his main that he's not attacking with.
Yep, it probably does. Yep.
He could clean this up. What are you doing, Tech? Right
I
now's your
like
chance.
Grimeboss upgrades, and he's like with 0 money, 0
Maybe
minerals
he's
all
hiding
the
his
game.
units. Oh, Tech is so good.
Well,
Grimeboss
he
is
has-
getting his bang for the buck. He's got the... What do you call it? Up advantage?
They are pretty even, but I think Grimeboss needs more factories and more SCVs.
I'm really surprised no Arbiter, Tech.
Yeah, I've seen this style from many Protoss that they play like only gateway units and storms and shuttles and upgrades. It's pretty strange, but it can work because they can harass throwing storms, and they can if you go like if you move out without pushing, they can storm all your tanks. So it's
And
pretty
these Bella
funny.
bombs on the back side of these tanks, the storms.
Yeah,
Gonna
you
be
gotta be very careful when you play this style.
He's got a bunch of units. He can break this. But he doesn't have
Yeah.
vision, I guess. He doesn't know what's back there, maybe.
Well, Grimeboss is trading really good. He's killing a
mine
lot.
getting that Templar that was gonna have a juicy storm in the front, some good mine drops, or zealot bombs.
Oh, that
Zealots
barracks.
doing that. Goons getting the barracks in the front. MVP barracks.
Hey, get
Going
that
down,
barracks
though.
out of here. Upgrades. +2. Or tech. 2-2.
man, that's good.
Grimeboss.
If the game continues like this, Grimeboss will win because he will
Oh,
have
yeah.
he will have 3-2 and his economy is growing. You can see they almost have the same amount of workers.
Honestly,
So-
Grimeboss seems so vulnerable to shuttle harass. Just 2 or 3
Yeah.
shuttles filled with Zealots will destroy everything here.
Yeah, that's true.
Tech probably thinks that Grimeboss has more than he does. Great.
Yeah.
Bomb in the back. We'll be breaking through this here.
Now he sees, he's got an observer. He knows that there's not much
Uh-oh.
up there, and I think he's gonna push up.
The problem is that he's trading lots of units
Yeah.
because of his upgrades, and it's really hard. And Grimeboss has built a couple more factories.
He's got 11
So-
gateways. Jesus Christ. How many,
Yeah, so 4-7. She should have 3
Is that
more.
a drop I see coming?
Yeah,
Or not?
yeah, it's a
There
drop.
it is.
Thank
Look
you.
at all the
It
SCV
was.
traps back here.
So he's looking for his third.
The SCV is
So-
trapped in Grindboss is natural.
Yes, he should just mine those minerals. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate.
And the
He's
storm on the
spotted-
top.
Yeah.
It storms this game from Tech.
Ha,
He stormed one of his Templars.
I
So
wonder
he
if he's
can't-
going to pick him up and drop again. They are going down. Here it comes.
he cannot build an
He
Archon.
just...
I don't think he has. Does he have energy?
No, he doesn't have any.
He lost one of them too.
See a big engage in here. Tech probably in the lead of units. Nice storms on top of the tanks. Are on the high ground though with some mine.
Oh,
Don't see any observer out. Need another storm and
Oh my
GG.
Army is
god.
melting.
Oh,
What happened?
GG is called.
I don't.
It's
I
happening.
don't know, man. I would have expected it to drag out some more, but that was a quick GG.
I feel like he should have broke.
yeah, I think he.
There were a few moments
He
when he
needed-
could have just broke.
I think he needed more zealots.
He needed
and with
shuttles.
Zealots, you don't just a move through the army. You need to tell your zealots to move so they catch the tank or the mines and drag them into the tanks. That was a good game though. I mean, Grindboss was really flexing what he had in his hand, and I probably thought he had a lot more than he did for most of that game. Grindboss
Yeah, that
is,
was a cool game. They had a
okay.
drop early on simultaneously.
All right, heading into game number 2 in Grindboss. In the bottom left position as Golden Terran is the grimy man himself, Casper.
But where's
Hey,
the
Grandma.
double S on his name? It just says Grime Boost.
Maybe he doesn't have enough space. Characters to.
Top left is the 10 Protoss representing Ire. It is DM Tech.
That was such a sad game, that last one. Tech was just nobly hanging on against hidden expansions for so long.
Tech should have broken out, right?
There were some really unfortunate mind drags there. Like the high tempo just getting fought over and over.
Grindboss was trading really well, Pato was saying, because he had the high ground. That's the word I'm looking for.
And the
Now,
upgrade
how much
difference.
of an advantage does the high ground give you?
Lot.
Because you can miss if you're shooting up, is that correct?
Yeah.
And when you're shooting
Yeah,
down,
and
you
it-
never really miss.
It's
And it just makes it
50%.
difficult for Dragoons to get into range because there's too much terrain in the way.
And when you miss, is that 0 damage?
Yes.
The only exception is a siege tank.
Is that true?
Well, yeah. So
Oh, I
have
love
some-
that
even
fact.
then, even then, sometimes it doesn't do any damage.
No, but sometimes apparently it does, so that's Imba
Yeah.
right there. You don't need
Nothing.
Protoss tanks. You have...
we
yeah,
need
well,
storms.
what's amazing is Grimeboss had 7 factories, and I think like Tech had 11 gates.
Yeah. Tech had 4 bases, but one of the bases was a small mineral only.
He needed
Where Tech had-
arbiters. I just don't, and more shuttles, I think.
Position. He could have ran around and tried to flank a little bit. He added another shuttle, could have helped. 2 shuttles.
So on this
3,
map,
but-
could you just take your backdoor expansion without getting a core? Because there's really no
Yeah.
rush to get Dragoon.
And if you want to do that, just go 12 nets. Which is a perfectly viable opening. We saw a lot of 12 nets from Dragon yesterday.
Is Grimeboss's build right now better than Tech's? Because he's getting a fast expansion.
It's different. Tech is getting the tech advantage. He's going to have to do something with it. If he doesn't do any damage, he's really far behind, but I'm assuming that he will do damage. If he invests all this money in the gateway and the core and getting the gas for the upgrade and does nothing at all, then yeah, he's behind. But that would never happen. He's doing something.
I'm surprised Tech hasn't started scouting yet.
It's at this point in his build, there's nothing he could scout that would change anything. Like if,
Well, at
if
least
he
know
finds his
where he
opponent
is.
first, if he finds his opponent first, he's going to make a Dragoon and get Dragoon range. If he finds his opponent last, still going to get a Dragoon and Dragoon range. It doesn't make any difference at all where his opponent is.
Grimeboss is pumping out Marines to counter the Dragoon.
They're not going to do anything. I'm surprised this Dragoon isn't right up on the barracks because a Dragoon can defeat 2 Marines and it will get damage on the 3rd Marine when it comes out. Like he really should be rallying his Dragoons to that depot. See what he's following up with. I'm surprised he's being this cowardly, honestly, with his Dragoons. He's going to let that bunker go down, and he shouldn't. He doesn't want to let that bunker go down. But his 2nd Dragoon wasted a bunch of time instead of going straight over, and now the bunker's going to go down. If he
So
sent
why
his
did the
2nd Dragoon-
barracks sit on top of the bunker?
I don't understand the question.
When he lifted off his barracks to build the bunker, why did he leave the barracks on top of the bunker?
To make it so you couldn't target the Marines, I would assume.
Nice position about this bunker is I think if a Dragoon does come on the high ground, it should be in position to get fired upon.
Grimeboss
that.
shouldn't have been able to establish that bunker the way he did. It's so Tech spent ages hunting the SCV inside his base instead of rallying the Dragoons, but 1 Dragoon will kill 2 Marines very easily, and especially given the wall that's between them, because that gives the Dragoons the range advantage.
I'm not sure why Tech is making his robotics bay here when it
It
can be
shortens
revealed
the
by
rush
flying
distance.
barracks.
Did he see it? Did he see it?
Yeah,
I don't know if he saw it.
he saw it. But also,
I don't
flying
know
the
if
max
he did.
into your opponent's base.
I don't know if he saw it.
Doesn't seem like a good place to make your robotics bay.
I mean, it shortens the rush distance, and it's unusual for a max
Yeah,
to
that
get
must
thrown
be
into your
it,
base.
right? Because he's got a Dragoon there. He expected something to come from there. A drop, maybe.
No, the Dragoons get. It's. Tech's player is very standard here. He hasn't done anything wrong. The only thing he did that I didn't like was the 2nd Dragoon not punishing the bunker. But this revet and shuttle speed is a fine transition.
That's unfortunate.
He will need to use it defensively at first though against these tanks, but he's found to. And with the shuttle having the high ground vision, he can do this. That was unfortunate. He almost got attacked there. because Grimeboss obviously can't see through the trees, but Tech can. He does need to be getting some damage out of that Reaver. This is Siege mode is almost complete. If he doesn't do something soon, he's going to regret it. Come on. Okay, he got a hit. That was good.
That was risky.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, Tech is very good. But I almost thought that shuttle was gonna die because his 4 Marines targeting it. I think he can break.
The
It's
mine
more
doesn't give
important.
enough vision. He's not abusing the trees enough. Like with the shuttle, he can really be getting a lot more done against those. Tanks. He's up in workers now as well. How's he up in workers?
Oh.
Is he done? He's taking 12 o'clock. I like Tech position a lot here. I think that
Here
with
comes
the
a
Grimeboss-
drop. Or not. It was
Oh.
defended by the
Oh,
turret.
and he lost it. Losing it's not good.
It was a Reaver.
Reaver and a Dragoon, yeah. I think that Grimeboss has given Tech more than he should have because this contain is Reaver bait. Grimeboss has a very secure base. It has siege mode, has mines, but he's taking a siege tank and he's moving them to where the Reavers are, and then losing them. You look at it and think, well, he hasn't done any damage. He's lost like 4 siege tanks already. If he wasn't going to where the siege tanks were, he'd be fine.
Does he have an armory?
He does, yeah. He's got his
And
+1.
+1,
yeah,
halfway done. Yeah.
You look at
Did
like,
that
why are
scarab
the
do
tanks over
splash
here?
damage?
They
Yes.
they do, yeah.
Oh, turrets, finally.
I believe that Tech has enough to break this though. Tech presumably sees the turrets coming. He's got to make a move, but he will make a move surely. He can't
But
let
he has poorly dragoons.
he can't let these tanks get established. No, if he where's his Reaver?
Oh, that mine. Why? Why?
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. So at this point, I think Tech is really far ahead because
Oh
my
like
God.
even with the,
What were you saying?
yeah, Tech is still really far ahead. Even with the Dragoon losses, it's the Grimeboss has no tank count. Grimeboss's tank count has been reset over and over. He's got like 2 tanks.
Looks like there's a
Against
drop
5
coming
gateways.
southwest.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
It doesn't matter that the goon, if the goon count gets lowered, he just makes more goons. That's fine. You can lose goons all day. You just make more of them. If the tank count gets reset, that's really bad.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, that's
What?
not ideal.
What?
Poor Reaver.
So with just 3 tanks down there, I believe Tech will have not very much trouble breaking out of that. He can do a zealot bomb and then move in with the goon. But if there were like 6 tanks there, that'd be a completely different story. That's why I'm saying that he's doing well, because he keeps resetting the tank count every time he does one. I mean, use zealots, don't use the goons, but every time he lowers the tank count, he makes the next breakout attempt more powerful.
Repair the tank. Oh, another X. Repair
What's
the
the next
tank.
level?
Oh.
Okay, 2 zealots in the shuttle and you can go. There's only 2 tanks there. There's a 3rd tank that just arrived. You can break this tech. You have enough. But if you keep letting him add more tanks, it will get harder and harder.
Yeah, he's
Whatever
a
it
very
is you're
careful
waiting on.
player, isn't he? I really like how patient he is. But that
No,
could
he shouldn't be patient here. whatever he's waiting on is not as useful as whatever a Grimeboss is waiting on.
Well,
Like,
Grimeboss is very aggressive, and he should stay like down. He's trying to move up, and that's.
That was nicely done. He took out 2
Yeah, that was
tanks
nicely
from the
done.
high ground.
Another 2 tanks, and he doesn't have enough tanks, so he can afford to lose 2 tanks like that. But whatever tech is waiting on isn't as good as whatever Grimeboss is waiting on. You need to make a move. Like he's waiting on a second shuttle. Okay, second shuttle's going to be helpful, but what's really going to be helpful is attacking before there are too many mines, too many tanks. Like the 3 tanks have just arrived. Heck, the time is now. There will not be a better time.
Well, he has a lot. He's almost has 40 more supply.
We saw the same thing last game.
Yeah. But once that Vax gets in position, it's going to eat so much Dragoon damage. It's going to scout for the tanks. The tanks are just going to be shelling the high ground constantly. He's got to go, and he's got to go now. Like, Terran's got +1 finish. Terran has a bunch more tanks.
5 more tanks just came.
Yeah. It's time. Oh, his shuttle is above the terrain. It's not dropping.
That went horribly wrong.
Yeah, he waited too long.
And the way that his units came out,
He waited till there were way too many tanks. And look, the Vax is on half health because he was firing at the Vax on most of
I
that
can't
fight.
believe he lost that. Yeah, before those 5 tanks came, I think he
I'm
would have
clapping.
destroyed it.
Yeah, he kept it down to like 2 tanks, and he had like 10 Dragoons. You can just move out and kill them. Just move fire, stutter in. But the more tanks he gets, the harder it gets, and it gets exponentially so. If you have twice as many Dragoons and he has twice as many tanks, that is a terrible situation for you.
Someone in the chat is asking what map that was.
Thank you. It's
Spore
called.
map.
We call it the Spore map because there's spores on there to help spread creep for Zerg players, but it's D's E-Ray by Freakling. He's a ladder ASL mapper who's made maps like Roadkill, Reap the Storm, Inner Coven, and many more. It will be featured in our tournament. So it's 2-0 for Grimeboss, and I think he's going to shut out Tech. If our Protoss friend doesn't work on his overly patient approach.
Yeah, like at a certain point, it's just go time. You don't have exactly what you need, but it's not going to get any better for you. Take the fight you have.
Players saying they banned a blue map from ASL.
That's a ringing bloom, and they're talking about it because it has back naturals, like this map.
But look at the great games that this map has offered. It's different from the other maps, and I like it.
It is. I don't know that I like Tech's opener though. He didn't get much done with the Reaver, didn't get any harass done early game, and the Dragoons. He invested in 2 Dragoons from Dragoon range, went up the bunker, went up to the wall, let the bunker go down, then backed off. And you look at that and think, well, why didn't you? If that's all you had in mind, why didn't you just take an expansion? If that really was the plan. Like, he can just 12 next if that's what he's gonna do. I think Tech might be the better player, but he's not winning tonight. Like if we look at the shuttle and Reaver control he was doing, he was dropping in, picking up that Reaver beautifully. He was getting tanks picked off. He was playing it well. He didn't take advantage of the train, which annoyed me slightly.
It's a shame when you see someone doing so well that sort of deserves to win the game in some ways, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and I think part of it is he's not familiar with the map. Because if you have a air unit on this map and they don't, then that line of trees becomes incredibly exploitable. You can get all the way up to the sea tanks when they can't see you. You can have your Reaver shoot at them and then pick it up, and they're not even going to see anything. It's going to be a scour that appears out of nowhere. And normally you get a vision if a unit attacks you from somewhere that you can't see. You get a vision of the unit. In this case, the Reaver's going to be back in the shutters. You're just going to be attacked by mystery scours. But he didn't exploit the trees at all. It's a difficult map to take up. I mean, Grimeboss is doing another quick command center, and Tech is doing a Zealot, which is going to do very little. I suspect.
Yeah, I don't like the Zealot production. Why? Because Terran always falls off, and I don't see what it does.
I mean, the Dragoon that's following it is going to have the Zealot to help it, but yeah, there's going to be a wall. And look at it, bunker immediately. Yeah, this is going to do nothing. Meanwhile, the Dragoon's even turned around. This is doing absolutely nothing. And then the Dragoon range is going to do nothing as well, because he can't get a vision of the high ground to attack anything without being in range of the bunker, which means Dragoon range, normally you can use it to outrange the bunker and attack things, but in this case you can't, because it's too close. Oh, I see. Interesting. So he's killed the scout SCV and he's just going to do a Reaver bust. He's going to break down the wall. And he's going to try and get it before siege is done. There is a timing here. I've seen this done. Oh, and he does have vision on the rack. Okay. I thought he wasn't going to have it, but he does. Yeah, Grimeboss is going double factory. He's going to immediately go towards siege tanks. However, he's not going to have siege mode before the Reaver's out, I believe. We have a second gateway coming down. This is just a buff. And I wouldn't be surprised if this works. I've seen this work before. Oh, it's a proxy gate, right. I mean, I guess you might as well do a proxy gate. If you're doing this, then you're already basically committed. There's no point, if you're risking the robo, you might as well risk the gateway as well. Oh, okay, he's got this. Grimeboss went mine, not siege tank, not siege mode. He's going to make one siege tank, he's going to try and micro his way in, but micro is not going to help you against the Reaver.
Why is he getting mines? Is he worried about DTs?
Yeah, and mines are the more aggressive option. Going straight to siege is very, very defensive.
He might not even need the Reaver in this case.
No, he does need the Reaver, but because he's going to just try and hold with siege tank micro, which he can do.
He could just go in here with his goons and break.
That's risky.
It is.
But once the Reaver arrives, it's just going to... okay, if he moves the tank forward like that, then yeah, the goons could just pounce on him.
Which is funny though, because it almost seems like the Reaver isn't necessary here.
Yeah, if he got siege mode, this would be viable, but without siege mode, the Reaver's just going to kill all the SCVs preparing the bunker.
I'm not sure if this was greedy by Grimeboss, but here comes the Reaver.
It was greedy, yeah. So the vultures with the mines is a much more aggressive play. It allows you to do far more than the. Does it have an observatory coming? No, it's just going straight to battle. It allows you to do far more than the siege mode. The siege mode is safe, but oh, nicely done. And again. See, I told you tech was really good. You do not want to be fighting that Reaver like that. Oh, he's just gonna. That Reaver's gonna lay into him.
Oh!
Siege mode isn't finished, and the machine shop's under attack. Come on, finish off the machine shop.
That would be good.
Oh! Oh, that's fine!
Is it still alive?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Seed Mode's done.
You gotta give it to Grimeboss.
I mean, his FTVs aren't mining. He's actually going to try and kill the Reaver with the FTVs. He knows how low it is.
He's not the type to GG and leave.
No, I mean, he's still got a fair chance here, but now Seed Mode is finished.
He does, yeah.
It's completely over, yeah.
Now this is very bad, but he'll die immediately if it gets dropped.
Tech has 500 minutes. He has to expand. And there it goes. Okay, Tech has expanded. And they're basically even in workers. Oh, you can't be losing to Goons like that.
I think it's best for him to leave.
Or look for what else he can pick off. I mean, there's a whole expansion.
Now he's finally
realized.
realizing, yeah, there's a natural that I could go to right now.
Yeah, he can go punish that.
Perfect time to drop it. That first Scarab.
Oh.
Does the first Scarab of a Reaver ever hit anything?
I don't believe it ever has. Theoretically, it could.
It's just
But I've
not
never seen it.
supposed to? Was that the purpose?
If you are bunnies, maybe.
Oh, he's no exception to the rule. For some reason, that first Scarab just...
No. Bonif Reavers are just a different.
Because the first Scarab is the most important. It's almost like your first storm missing when you drop something.
Oh.
Reaver, come on. Reaver doesn't even want to fire. Reaver's like, nope, not today.
He's red.
He's delaying mining, which is good. He's got 2 Reavers
Yeah.
there. Oh wow.
He should pick those 2 rivers. And build a turret in the expansion.
Yeah, this is good.
Before.
Take out the refinery.
He's 8 workers behind. He's going to catch up. He's just sent the 8 probes to his natural, so he's... Like, Tech is no longer all in. Tech is, he's in a weird position. Although, I feel like had he just killed the machine shop, he would have taken this one. He knew that Siege Mode wasn't done. And all he had to do was keep it not done.
He needs a turret in the expansion. Or he
Yeah.
will die. Please build a turret. Build a turret.
Nah. Let's let
No.
Tech have one for once.
No.
It was
too
hiding behind a
late.
mini-map. I was wondering, did I miss it?
Too late.
There we go. Triple Reaver.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, double Reaver. But even then, he got 2 tanks, a Vulture, and a bunch of SCVs. That's not bad. He's still 6 workers behind, but his economy is not nothing. And also, Grimeboss hasn't seen anything since his first SCV died, like 2 minutes into the game. He has not left his base. He has no contacts. He has no buildings he can float. He has no idea if Tech is on 1 base all in, or if Tech is on 3 bases carrier. Like, it could be anywhere in between. Doesn't even know where these Reavers are coming from. Hasn't seen the robo.
I'd be worried about a drop if I was Grimeboss, but I guess he knows for sure that one's not coming.
I'd be worried about a drop too, because
Or
like,
even a
if Tech
factory
Reavers
that's
get
floating
dropped at
out.
9
He could have floated out
Oh.
a factory and landed it somewhere.
Oh, you mean if you attack? So I was hearing that you were worried about you'd be worried about a drop if you were Grimeboss. I was thinking, well, yeah, he keeps getting dropped. Of course, he's gonna be worried.
Yeah, I've tech. I'm sorry, yes. Or some sort of ultra harass.
Well, he killed the.
Oh, that river.
He killed the barracks, which slows the. Means that there's no more factories for a while. There's no turrets there. He could be dropping on those tanks.
No salads.
Maybe he's afraid of the spore colonies. I mean, there we go. Oh, he's got speed shuttle as well. That's good. Come on, use the wall. There we go. This is what I was talking about last game. Just mystery scout. So Tech is still 5 workers behind, but he has a third expansion now. I'm liking Tech's position. He's going to lose his Robo eventually, but Grimeboss doesn't have that much. He's going for a 2 base 2-1 push.
Now he
And I
sees
think that
everything.
I think that Tech can probably hold a 2 base 2-1 push. So Grimeboss at this point has to try and work out what the situation is, how many bases Tech has. I don't know that Tech's eventually going to be able to hold a 2-1 push though. You look at this and think, okay, well, what Tech does he actually have? He has Zealot legs, he has some Reavers, but no Robo, and that's basically it. So he's going to be using mass gateway units and a few Reavers to try and defeat upgraded Terran mech. And that's not an easy fight. Oh, that's a huge mind connection. So we've got shuttle speed, so that's going to help him slightly. But even with that, it's... Okay, he's going for Storm. I think that's a good decision because he doesn't have time to get to anything else. It's not what you would ideally want. You'd ideally want to be using carriers or arbiters. But if Storm is what you have, Storm is what you use. Yeah. In this situation, Storm is the thing he can get in time for the push. He needs to be on the high ground because the first game he just got contained on the low ground and he couldn't break back out. If he lets the same thing happen again, that's going to get badly for him. He needs to contest the high ground because if he loses the high ground, he loses the game. Looks like Grimeboss taking a third. Minoloni. Minoloni third isn't really what he wants though. He would much rather have a gas third. And he hasn't built any SUVs in a long time. He has been on 40 SUVs for like several minutes at this point. I guess 40 SUVs for him is the number, but he's taking a third base. He should be building more SUVs because he should be trying to saturate that base at a time. You overmake the SUVs so that when you take the expansion, you can just saturate it immediately. Once you're on 3 bases, 40 SUVs is not going to cut it. Where's that Reaver? There we are. Okay. I don't know why the Vultures are picking a fight with a Reaver, because they do no damage to Reavers, but I guess there was a plan of sorts. And with the worker advantage, Tech is just pulling ahead now. I was expecting Grimeboss to do a 2 base 2-1 timing push, but when he's pulled out of that timing push, he's gone for a third base, and I don't like that decision at all because he doesn't have the economy to support it. This isn't coordinated with the rest of his build. He cut SCVs, he got a quick starport, quick science facility, got his upgrade, and then he went out on the map and decided he wasn't going to do it. And I feel like he's cut too much to transition out of it effectively at this point. Like now he's transitioning out. He's just trying to play a macro game against an opponent with 1 more base than he has, and more workers. That's not a macro game he's going to win. Tech does need to eventually head towards either Arbiter or Carrier though. I like High Templar as something to have until you get what you need, but they aren't what you're going for. They are a temporary measure.
Sucks he lost both of them.
We've had some SCV start at some point. We had 42 a minute ago, now we're down to 39. Was there a storm drop that we missed? I think we used to have a Reaver as well, and now there's no Reaver. So something has happened.
Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you. Well, no, it's still here.
Okay,
But
the
maybe
Reaver's
there
still
was
there,
another
okay.
one.
But now we're back down to 40 SCVs.
They can't just
It's
be
not enough
disappearing
SCVs
out of
to do
thin
this.
air. I wonder if there were storm drops.
I mean, he has Speed Shadow, he has Storms. If he's not doing Storm Drops, it could be. Okay, there's our Stargate. We are eventually going for the transition. But this is 18 minutes in, he's starting to head towards Arbiters. It's late. Okay, please don't give up the high ground. Please don't give up the high ground for nothing. You've done that a few times now and we didn't like it. It never ended well.
He doesn't have enough to take this on.
No, he's got more off screen. Look at his supply, he's on 170 supply. This isn't his entire army. What you can see. Now, where are the storms coming out these shutters? Okay, we have some storms. More storms. There we go. But I want to see some storms coming out of shutters too.
It's a good pullback. I thought it was going to be worse for him.
Those tanks were very clumped. He's got enough here that he can stop the next round. He's done enough. He's cut the tank count down to 5 and there's 5 tanks. Okay, he can't be bleeding units, right? He cannot be bleeding units right now.
I mean,
Bleeding
Tech has
units
a supply advantage, but it's all probes, isn't it?
Yeah, but he hasn't. There's only 5 tanks. He can hold 5 tanks. Especially when they're clumped like that. He can do zealot bombs and he's got like 15 dragoons. He can hold it. But he does need to not have his units just bleed off one at a time. And he can't wait. He needs to go now. The tank's just on siege. It is go time. You can see the tanks are on siege. You have an observer right there. If you do not go now, you never will be able to. Can't keep missing the timing. Where's that second shuttle? We had a second shuttle, it had a Reaver in it. I don't know where it is. Okay, the tank count has been completely reset. Oh no, no, no. Oh, it's so sad. Where is that second shuttle? Oh, it's at the top left. It's running around the perimeter. It's going to try and harass the base. I don't know about that. I mean, I would have just focused on taking the high ground back right now, honestly. Rather than harassing the bases on the side of the map where they aren't. 37 SCVs. He's not building SCVs at all, and he is sending them to the front line. You can't keep leading dragoons like that. That rally point has to get reset. That's probably his first gateway, because his first gateway would have been rallied to the choke in the, like, first 2 minutes of the game.
Going up against 2-3 upgrades on tanks is
Yeah,
not looking
and
good for Tech.
I
He
mean,
only
if he
has
keeps the
+1.
tank numbers down, it's going to be okay. But if the tank numbers get high, it's going to be impossible. He does have an arbiter coming. But okay, what's that shuttle doing? Do we know where the shuttle is?
Thought it came back. I believe this was...
Okay, so it's hunting on the other side of the map now. He cannot let the Grimeboss take this position though with the high ground. Oh, baby agrees. Okay, he's now up 70 supply. And also that's all of Grimeboss's workers. So yeah, Grimeboss's economy has been his issue this game.
Still got a
He's
Reaver
been,
in there.
yeah. He's had a really low work count the entire game.
Ooh.
Oh, there goes the Reaver.
He's trying to drop it by the tank.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
So what we've been seeing is, even though that Tech has been trading really inefficiently, he's up 100 supply simply because he's had the workers.
That could have been a game-changing move. Yeah, he has enough to break this.
I mean, it's a high ground with a bunch of T-tanks and mines, and they have 3-2 upgrades. He will need something in addition to what he has. This is going to be a very difficult fight. He can go around, though, and he should go around.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. But he's not going to do that. Oh, what happened to just dropping Zealots? He's going to break this, but I think he took more damage than he needed to. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree he's going to break it unless he takes some huge mine hits here. Yeah, just Grimeboss cut too many STVs.
Okay, so Grimeboss didn't shut him out. 3-0. Tech comes back. 2-1 for Grimeboss. Thank you for your commentary, Quark. That was interesting. Game number 4. On D's Array, map by Freakling. Vertical spawning positions, we might see drops again. Maybe not.
I want to see him do a 12 next because this is a macro map, and he's the better macro player. We saw that with the bad STV production, and whereas Tech had good pro production and just pulled ahead on supply. So I want to see Tech just do a 12 next and play it out as a macro game. He keeps getting behind in the early game and putting himself in a position where he has to recover, and he doesn't need to be doing that. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a gap expand from Grimeboss again because he got away with it. It was touch and go for Viva, but he got away with it and he got ahead from it. It's not the map for a Dragoon range expand. You can't harass the front bay effectively, and you can't stop them from taking an easy command center. I like Tech build, but I wouldn't do it on this map. I think his comment about how he has been Bloom vetoed on the ladder makes a lot of sense watching this because he doesn't like playing the adapted style that you have to play for this map. And we're going to see another gap from Grimeboss. This is what he tried game 1 and game 2, and it wasn't effective. You look at it and think, okay, well, you're just going to take a later Nexus and they have command center, and in exchange for that, you're going to get Dragoon range, and it's going to do nothing. You're getting a Zealot as well. The same Zealot that did nothing the last game.
Very strong player. Occasionally makes some moves that questionable, maybe.
I mean, this is a really strong build on Polypoid, and this map isn't Polypoid. I don't hate the build, it's a strong build, it's just not the build for this map. Grimeboss isn't even going to make a Marine, he's just going to go straight to command center. And it's because he's got a wall, he doesn't need to. One Marine's coming out, that's going to keep the Zealot at bay. Also, once the Zealot arrives, he's going to make a bunker. He wouldn't make a bunker normally, I think, but because he sees there's a Zealot as well as the Dragoon coming, he'll just make a bunker. It's not going to do any damage. And the command center is basically done, the Nexus hasn't been started. Okay, we're going to see a proxy again. Question is, what's it going to be? However, I have a suspicion that Grimeboss can probably count up to 3, which is going to become relevant because in a minute, his SUV is going to go into tech space and Grimeboss is going to have to count to 3. He sees 1 pylon, 2 pylons, no 3rd pylon. And if he can count to 3, that's going to be...
No,
That's
Corey,
gonna be
I'm not
significant.
sure Grimeboss can count to 3.
I mean, Tech is hoping that he can't, but I feel like there's a good chance he can.
This is doing a lot of damage.
It really is.
No, I mean, it's killed 1 SUV and 1 Marine. That's not a lot of damage.
More
Not
than he
for-
could have
against
hoped
the guy's
for.
got 2 command centers. Okay, there's
Well, that-
Foxy Double Gate.
SCVs that could have been mining.
But this Foxy Double Gate, he's got to go up a high ground against the bunker. I think it's partly going to come down to whether he gets mines or siege mode this time. We saw mines last time, but siege mode is the safer decision. And if he can count to 3, he will definitely get siege mode, and he will also get an engineering base. Because he doesn't know if it's going to be Foxy Citadel.
Mark, just going off that scout though, because Grimeboss didn't actually scout like Tech's, his supposed natural. Do you think that comes into play at all? Like maybe the 3rd pylon was
Yes.
down here?
Because he didn't look for the pylon. He saw 2 pylons, but the 3rd pylon could have been in the main, or could have been in the natural. So he doesn't know that it's definitely a Foxy pylon, but he should suspect. But, okay, yeah, and he's gone straight siege mode, and I'm expecting to see an engineering bay as well. If that barracks falls, then that's going to be really bad for Grimeboss. Yeah, once siege mode is done, then any rush potential is just going to be shut down. He's hiding the dragoon because he's hiding what he's doing, but it's he's got to go soon. Siege mode is almost done. 2nd tank's almost out. I'm surprised by no engineering bay because this could easily have been a DT rush. Oh, Vax is lifted. If he runs it. Okay, he didn't see enough there. That wasn't so suspicious. But he has to break through a wall, and there's going to be SCVs repairing it. Siege mode is done. Just siege mode is finished. This is going to be incredibly close. There's 2 siege tanks. And he's going to do it. Nice.
That was nicely done. Were the SCVs pulled a little late?
Yeah, the SCVs, if the SCVs had gone faster, they would have been fine. Oh, I think Grimeboss didn't count to 3, is the thing. Grimeboss didn't recognise that there was a situation here where he could get all in.
Still not
you would
giving up.
You would expect an eBay, you would expect a wall, you'd expect SCVs in position. And we didn't see any of that. So Tech is transitioning out, and he's also going to just kill a bunch of SCVs. If he kills enough SCVs, he doesn't need to do any more than this. This is actually going to be fine. Because he's disrupted mining a lot, and the natural expansion isn't going to do anything if there aren't any SCVs to mine it.
Yeah.
We're seeing Tech actually take the work advantage. He's not building any probes though. I would like to see him build probes. Oh, if he kills this tank, that'd be huge. He shouldn't though. The tank is picking it micro back. Oh, is he going to kill the tank? No. He's going to make another run at the front though. Do we have any more siege tanks? There are no siege tanks. Oh, don't kill the bunker. The bunker's not worth anything. The bunker was not the objective there. He was trying to break in through the front, and the bunker it doesn't open the door. Hitting the bunker doesn't get him anywhere closer to killing his opponent.
He needed to kill the
Depot was
depot
the
to
target.
get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
So
found
he's
that out
got a
too late.
robo coming. It's he's up in workers. His next is almost done. I think Tech's ahead.
It's funny you say that because it just seemed like the game is over, but Grimeboss still has a bunch of SCVs. He has his key infrastructure.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I don't think he knows about the tanks in the back.
Well, he knows there are siege tanks because that's all Grimeboss is making. Like he's already. If you're in tech position, you're like, okay, I've already transitioned out. My robo's done. I'm building a shuttle, going towards Viva, I have an expansion. You don't need to keep going at the thing that you already did and you got everything you could out of it. Any value that was going to be extracted from that 3-gate has been done. And you got a lot of value. You killed 2 sea tanks and a bunch of SCVs. It went great. Move on. Yeah, like taking a third Nexus. I just don't know why he went to that depot for a third time. It cost him 3 dragoons to kill a depot. He ran in, he realized there were sea tanks, and he backed off. But he knew there were sea tanks before he went in. One thing I do like is that Grimeboss is again completely blind, just like he was in the last game.
Yeah,
He has no scout SUV, no academy. He's building an academy, but he doesn't know what. He knows it's a triple gate. He doesn't know where the gateways are, and he doesn't know how many bases his opponent's on. He doesn't know how all in his opponent is, which is not very all in at all. He's up 6 workers. And how's the SUV production for Grimeboss? It's okay. He's got 1 SUV making out of 2 command centers. Could be better. Oh, yeah, okay, the other one's making a concept. That makes sense. We haven't got any engineering bay, have we? So he's going to have to hold this with Goliath and C-Tank. That's going to be tricky. Oh, he cannot afford to. That was a very good connection. 3 SUVs, 4. You look at this and think, okay, it's already 38 workers to 26. Grimeboss cannot afford a worker deficit. He cannot afford to take any damage from this at all.
Yeah. Whoa, that was.
Oh, beautiful hit. Okay, this game's done.
Well, I'd
Grimeboss,
like, no, I'd like to point
Grimeboss
out
struggles
that,
to get his workers out, and he's down to 20 workers against 40.
Yeah,
Tech can play this game.
Grimeboss was a little late on making the Goliath, and that was because of the lack of scout information, I think. That allowed Tech to have a window of opportunity, right, to do the damage.
Right.
To Reaver.
And it was just a mistake, honestly. If he had the academy, so he had the armory, he could have made Goliath. Yeah, I don't think there's really any way that Grimeboss can recover from this. He's got 3 factories against. How many gateways do we have from Tech? Not that it really matters. Tech has Robo.
6 at least.
It's 4 right now, but he's got Weavers in the shuttle too.
Oh, he's got 2 down here as well.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's got 6 gate and he's got the economy to support it. Plus Weavers in the shuttle against 3 factories and 23 SUVs. Oh, okay, yeah. So, Grimeboss is all in. Or rather, more all in than he was before. This is... I don't think Tech should pull the probes, but if Tech pulled the probes, I wouldn't disagree with the decision at this point, just because that's how far ahead he is.
Grimeboss has got to get the perfect engagement to even have a chance. You know, he's got to lose like basically both.
I don't think it's possible.
Order. Yeah, it's a possible order, I think, at this point.
Yeah, he's not even sieged.
Massive arc from all sides from the Protoss.
Oh, and we got speed up done as well. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That and there's nothing else coming to Grimeboss. Grimeboss has this push and this push only.
That was nicely played by Tech. Tied it up. 2-2.
I didn't like the 3-gate all in. He keeps putting himself in a position where Grimeboss just takes a quick command center, Tech doesn't take a quick command center, then he realizes how far behind he is, he has to all in. And you think, you did that to yourself. You chose this build, and then you got to the 5 minutes in the build, you're like, oh shit, I hate this, I'm all in, I better just try and break him. He keeps putting himself all in, and it's nothing that Grimeboss is doing, it's purely his opening. He's got to go 12 next. You can't go Zealot Rush on a wall map against a guy who's going quick walled into Command Center. It's not the right opener.
Both of them playing really well. I'm impressed. I want to praise Tech, but Grimeboss has done a pretty good job. Game 5.
Hey, Grimeboss is definitely playing the map better. Tech is, I think, has superior macro play, and his Viva macro is nice, but Grimeboss is playing the map better.
Same positions, but switched. You think Tech is going to win 3-2? Seems like Grimeboss can't really counter the last
Tech
two
does another
strategies.
Tech does another Dragoon range opening. I'm not gonna think he's gonna win it. But if he doesn't, I like it.
You know, speaking about this map in general, do you like, do you favor fast expansions on maps which allow you to take your natural safety like this? As opposed to, like, you know...
Risks and awards with either strategy, I guess. That's what makes it interesting. You offer a strategy like Grimeboss, and, well, Tech kind of came up with the perfect counter there.
Yeah, I actually, you summed up my thoughts as well. I think it's a risk-reward thing. I think a lot of players, when they see a map like this or something like Ringing Gloom, they feel like they gotta get the economical advantage, you know, like, oh, I want to expand early because I can get away with it. But, you know, a good, I wouldn't call it cheese, but like a good, well, some people would call it cheese, and that, like, regardless. But, you know, like a good proxy tech, like we saw from TM Tech the last game, you know, it can work. I do think, right?
I'm not as articulate as the map maker who made this wonderful map, but I think a very experienced and talented map maker sort of thinks about the kinds of games that would be produced on his or her map, given its different features. So what we've been seeing on this map were conceived by the map maker. Drops, you know, the different kind of strategies and things like that, and that's a really cool aspect for me, is how that's kind of built into the whole design of it. It's not random, right? It's sort of intentional, and I think they create different futures which lead to different risks and awards depending on what route or strategy you take. And we're seeing Grimeboss opt to take his backdoor expansion again. I'm not sure if Cork is gonna like what Tech is doing.
I think Grimeboss, he got his command center before his factory, right? So it's a would have been a gasless, right?
Same strategy every single game, I think. I don't think he's ever gone to fact this series. He's gonna get a scout.
Yeah, no, he sees at least one pylon. He sees the core spinning as well, right? But you know, just because you see the core spinning, it could be, you know, air weapons, and the Protoss could cancel it, right?
Right.
Trying to go past DTs or something like that, right? No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at these spawning positions, I guess it does make sense to pump out a few Dragoons and harass, but it seems like he stopped at 1.
Yeah, Tech, he's opting to go for his natural. You can see instead this time. And I mean, one thing I don't really like about Grimeboss's like scouting patterns, he never checked like Tech's natural again, right? He just went in his main and left.
Right.
So he doesn't actually know like that Tech has an expansion going up, right?
Or he assumes there is one, but he could be wrong and it's a proxy gate somewhere.
Right. Like, yeah, last game was a perfect example of that, right? Like, he went down there and he saw nothing. You know for sure something's up.
Well, Siege is almost researched.
I think Tech transferred those probes a little too early. Thought it was a Congo line probes. Going back to his main.
I'm joined by Why I'm Noob. Thank you for casting this wonderful game with me. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that was huge.
Just 1 tank? 2 kills.
Huge hit from Grimeboss.
That hurts.
Yeah, for
If he
sure.
keeps pumping out tanks like this, he can push out relatively soon. I like to think, but this Reaver might have different plans for him.
Well, I mean, given Tech's Tech, like, no pun intended. I don't think Grimeboss can push out. He has what, like two factories, but with the shuttle.
Yeah,
Reaver, it's
you're right. These turrets are gonna help.
right. Yeah, like I mean, I guess he could push out, but he would have to have like perfect micro, which it's, and you can see like Tech has 4 gates now, right? So I don't think Grimeboss is gonna really push out right now, and with good turret coverage, it kind of seems like Grimeboss knows what's going on. Like, he's kind of preempted the Reaver.
I've just come back, but it looks like the Tech has again put himself in a situation where he has to do it like a recovery play. I think Grimeboss got away with another quick Nexus, a quick command center device.
Yeah, he went gasless again.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he? He keeps getting away with it.
Right.
Grimeboss in an unimaginably better position than last game, right? That Reaver did nothing. Well, I mean, he got 1 tank, but compared to last game, right?
Yeah, and his work account is so much better as well. I feel like Tech doesn't have a good answer to this map. But if he's going to play a best 5 on it, he needs to get one. And it can just be as simple as 12 necks. And he must know 12 necks, because people do 12 necks on all sorts of maps.
Yeah.
So shutter speed is almost finished.
Okay. Well,
And that will let him do some harass at least.
I mean, this is good harass with the Reaver, but like, that's playing with fire, Like, what if he had 2 tanks sieged, up there? Because I don't think the shuttle has vision, right?
He has an observer here, so you can see a little bit.
Observer. Okay.
But you say it's good harass with the Reaver. If, those are 15 minerals each per scab. He fired 4 of them. That harass is actually hurting him just as much as it hurts his opponent.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Okay, so Grimeboss is going for 2-1 push timing. He's going for the starport second army, so his first army is going to go from +1 weapon to +1 armor. Second army is going to time up with the Santa so he can go to +1, so +2 weapons. So we're going to see a 2 base timing here. And from Tech, we are seeing he's looking to take 6 stock and also go carriers. I think that this isn't going to favor. I think this is going to favor Grimeboss quite strongly. This is Tech. I think Tech's going to miss his timing.
And this drop
Just,
didn't do any damage.
No, I mean, it's being annoying, but Tech is not going to get his carriers out in time to stop a 2-1 mech push. Also, he doesn't have +1 air coming. If he doesn't have +1 air, then you look at that and think, okay, well, what are these carriers hoping to do? Because he's going to be trying to hold up mass Goliaths with unupgraded carriers. It's not going to work. You just, that's not a thing that carriers can do. They can't beat mass Goliaths if they don't have the upgrades. And he's cost an awful lot of mining time. This has actually done way more damage than it should have dropped. But he's just started +1 air. I look at it and I think I don't believe that he's going to get what he wants out of the carriers. I don't think it's going to work. He's getting work done with the Reaver though.
When you're transferring your workers, they're all bundled up, and Grimeboss was careful not to send all his workers back, I don't think. Now he is. Tech was able to escape.
Still off on workers, but only one.
So where's our sand facility at? Oh, he did build the sand facility. His army's been inactive for a long time. I think that's probably the most damage that he got out of the drop. It's not any SCV harass or any worker kills, anything like that. It's just that the +2 didn't get started because the sand facility didn't get started. Just by adding some chaos to the game, he has completely ruined Grimeboss's timings. And he's done so without actually firing a shot. And he's learned how to abuse the map now. If he did this in game 1, then this would have made game 1 a lot easier. He's only just learned how to do it apparently, but he's doing it correctly. He's using that wall to harass. I think that second Stargate was okay. Never mind. Both Stargates were active. He's only making a third carrier now. He needs to be making 4, and he does it. If Grimeboss doesn't know that this is quick 2 Stargate carriers, that would be bad. But he's pushing at the right time anyway. It's just his 2-1's really late. If you look at his +1 armor timing compared to his +2 weapons timing, there's a huge difference there. Like, those should be lined up, and the reason they're not lined up is just because he forgot the sand facility. This is a 2-1 build. It's meant to be lined up. His intention is clear. He just didn't do it correctly. Actually, we've got just 2 Goliaths. He's better start putting their turrets now. Lots of them.
Yeah, I hope he's not waiting for all 4 of them to make their interceptors. They look like they're moving.
Yeah, he's got to go now. Because he can't let his Dragoons anywhere near those tanks. That's a lot of tanks. The only way he can beat those tanks is with shuttle bombs and carriers.
He lost quite a few Dragoons there.
Yeah, well, he's got his main Dragoon force is below. I like that he's controlling the vultures, because the vultures are trying to... Oh, nice mind drag too. The vultures are trying to get a lot done during the fight, but the Reaver was doing a good job of controlling. Okay, yeah, Tech has this. Tech got what he needed. That was all the tanks that Grimeboss was able to build up all through the game. He spent the first 13 minutes of the game building tanks, and now they're all dead. And he's not going to have enough time to recover that. Tech is on 3 bases. Tech has 4 carriers. He's got his +1 air done.
Was he not scanning? I guess he didn't see the carriers.
I mean, he even if he didn't see the carriers, going 2 base 2-1 timing push is the right. It's the counter build to this carrier play. He just he didn't get his upgrades and he suicided the tanks.
Didn't have any
Once
Goliaths.
he saw it was carriers, he needed to back his tanks off and spam Goliaths. He got caught off guard by the carriers. He didn't scan them, as you say, and he just went to the all in. He just tried to do so much damage that it was over, but he couldn't do it.
What do you think about the Wraith? He's making a Wraith.
A Wraith.
I mean, the Wraith is a desperation play. It's not going to get anything done. And now he's going to lose his armies. Tech can afford to attack by 6 o'clock. Especially, look how exposed these armies are. You can't build your armies there against carriers. Please attack the spinning army, please. No, not the one that's not spinning. The spinning one. Oh, look at that.
Get it. He's
Oh,
gonna get
okay,
the
okay. Oh, did he get it? He got it.
Yep.
Okay, that is a huge. I mean, that just Grimeboss should lead the game. Oh, never mind. He didn't get it in time. Damn. If +2 had been denied there, then Grimeboss should have just left. Even without it, both the armies are dead. There's not going to be a. The upgrades are what makes the Goliaths beat the carriers, and Grimeboss's upgrades haven't been where they needed to be.
It's quite a few minerals. I think he's investing in turrets. Or not.
Oh, I've lost vision on the task, unfortunately.
Yeah, Grandboss, he's got a lot of money left, but I think it's the gas that's gonna start hurting him, right? Like, as the carrier numbers like stack up.
6
really
carriers.
Oh, did he lose one?
Bunch of dragoons. Yes.
Oh, he lost one carrier. Really, really good from Grimeboss. You can see he's really hurting for gas. Really need a third gas.
This might be closer than I think.
I really wish I could see the game. My Discord is crashing, or it's trying to update or something. I'm just hearing your comments and wishing I could see what's going on.
Do you have it on stream?
Yeah, hold on, I'll get out my phone.
I guess there's a little delay. Well, I'm noob. You're able to see it on the screen share, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's not on my end and it's on Quarks.
No, it's on my end.
So Grindboss is just expanding everywhere.
He's triple
And that is what you do against carriers.
3 more expansions being built. At 12, 1 and 2.
I mean, he had a lot of money. Why not? But I'm kind of worried for him though, because well, I mean, he's behind, right? But Tech's built up such a large army, like a ground.
Yeah,
army
he's got so many dragoons and 5 carriers. Grindboss has maybe 10 Goliaths and 2 tanks.
Exactly, he can overrun this army, and when he overruns this Terran army, you know, I don't know if Grindboss has enough reason. Oh, okay, you know, hold that thought. He's trading reasonably well. He's got the high ground.
He's got the high ground, yeah. But
There's the rest of Tech's army, though.
Yeah, we're seeing that Tech is 20 workers down and he's still 30 supply up, so his army is considerably larger.
he just doesn't have a third.
The thing is, if Grindboss can like saturate his like triple bases, you know, he's gonna be ahead. But I don't think Tech will give him that opportunity. You know, right? If he just like pushes in right now, he might be able to break Grindboss.
Tech has 1 Reaver and a shuttle that's moving towards the expansion, so that might be what he needs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame Tech for being, you know, a little bit more careful, right? 'Cause you don't really know, because he doesn't have observers, right? But if he just attacks, he can beat Grindboss. By not attacking, he's giving time for Grindboss to re-macro his army.
Yeah, I think he's feeling in a very precarious situation because his third is not even done yet. He's making
Well, yeah,
a
he lost
4th.
a lot of workers too. But it's because he lost a lot of workers that he needs to be making the most of his initiative right now.
Right, like again, like, you know, I'm not knocking his like I mean his decisions. Obviously, like, we as the observers, we can see the whole map, right? But you know, when the player's playing, they don't
Right.
attack.
You're right. I mean, Grindboss took the time to make more units. This isn't the position that Grindboss wants to engage in, though, on the low ground.
No, those tanks are going to get picked off really easily, and the Goliaths are going to have to take a fight up into the Dragoons. That's a really good position for Tech. And Tech's just going to take out all these expansions with ease. He's also adding in Storm to his composition. And if you look at the production tab, it looks like Grimeboss isn't getting any more upgrades. So even if we assume that the Goliaths are going to do Goliath things, they're not gonna. It's not going to work. He's not getting his V2 Goliaths. Has he lost his sound facility? Maybe that's what's happened.
Tech did scout the top right expansions with shuttle, but he didn't see the mineral only. He checked the minerals, but that was right before the STBs transferred, so that is technically a hidden expansion right now. Just wanted to point that.
Yeah, I would assume that had he known about it, he would have killed it.
That's actually.
But with no
keeping
upgrades
in the
coming,
game.
I don't think that the Grimeboss can take it. Like the carriers are not going to have because the Goliath upgrades put like an end date on the carriers, where the carriers are going to cease to be too effective unless they also get V3 upgrades. If the Goliaths aren't getting upgrades, then the carriers are going to be good forever.
This is a very close matchup, isn't it? Kind of. It seems like Grimeboss really came back. The
Yeah,
supply
because
is
Tech
almost
is.
even.
I mean, the hidden expansion. With a hidden expansion, you can do anything.
Grime has more SCVs. That's probably what's beefing up his supply a bit. But if he engages and trades right,
Yeah, well, I'm assuming the tanks are going to pick off the. So the carriers are going to pick off the tanks. That I'm assuming Tech knows how to do carrier micro. Also, he's got Storm done and he has High Templar. This is going to get ugly for Grimeboss.
Oh, he's got to be careful. Those
do you
carriers-
target the carriers or do you target the interceptors?
It depends on the terrain. You target the carriers if you
Can
you
reach
think you
them.
can get them. You target the interceptors if you can't.
I mean, this isn't the most carrier-friendly area of the map,
Yeah, it's wide open, right?
but he has enough Dragoons and Storm here. And a Reaver. So this is it. This is what's gonna... I don't know why Grimeboss is being so aggressive here. I feel like he just needs to buy time. He's got 3 expansions. Sort of. Tech has
Sort of.
2. I mean, this is the decider, right? It's 2-2. It's at the 22-minute mark.
Oh.
Do you throw it all away with a bad decision?
Whoa, that was good. Throwing the.
Oh, they were clumped up.
See a huge engage going on here. Tech is pushing over
Oh, wow.
Aaron really easily.
Oh, my
but
God.
They're just wrecking the Dragoons. Great Storms, though, picking off some of the Goliaths. Enforcing Archons are coming up. I should be looking for another expansion soon.
Yeah, he can afford it.
Reaver
Tech
doing
has it.
this.
Another Great Storm.
Yeah, but he loses all his Templars now, so. I kind of feel like whenever you see Archons coming out against Terran, it's kind of signals to me you're kind of running out of money. If you're a Protoss player, but I think Tech's not really that low on money yet, right? So
He should be mining gas from his 3rd.
oh yeah, for sure.
4th.
Yeah, that is one thing that we haven't really spoken about. Is that Grimeboss's key expansion tier is a hidden mineral only and a regular mineral only. His
big drop.
main gas and his natural gas are probably quite low at this point. And the gas is how you make your upgrade, gas is how you make your Goliath. If all you can make is vultures, that's going to go badly for you against carriers.
Tech taking a good fight.
Your drop happening at 12 o'clock again.
Grimeboss just overextended himself there.
How many kills does that Reaver have? I think it just cleared the mineral line at 12 as well.
Yeah, this is over.
The Warbringer Reaver must have gotten destroyed all the
27
speed,
kills. 27. And Tech just looking like he's overpowering this game.
Grimeboss shouldn't have attacked down there.
Yeah, once he lost his tank, he didn't have the gas income to replace them.
Now he
Not
lost
while
all his
also going
Goliaths.
Yeah.
Carrier falls. Grimeboss taps out. That takes the series 3-2 in an epic series on this map.
That was
Good job, Tech.
almost
Well
2
played.
hours. He was
Well played,
cursing
but
so
well
much
played.
when he lost this. I just got Fs. I think like 20 lines of Fs and bad words.
Who was?
Grindboss.
I have heard that he can be like that. Yeah, he doesn't like losing the game.
I take it as tongue in cheek, but I've told him that I have my limits and he needs to be careful. But I tolerate him because he's amusing, and I think other players do like him.
He's a good player.
He is, actually.
I think Tech made that very hard for himself, and I don't know that he needed to. He didn't want to just to play the easy macro game, take a quick nexus, and expand over the map. He was much more interested in flying weavers in against turrets and playing from an economic deficit.